One of the contenders for the Speakership of Parliament came out to request the Inspector General of Government to do an audit of the Parliamentary Commission. And for me, I think he has valid points, because under Anita Among, we've never seen any presented corruption in a Parliamentary Commission with evidence put on the table. Although he has never been convicted because of the loopholes and a zeal to fight for corruption, the contenders known as Yorke Odrian came out and said this.
That have certified investigation in terms of corruption from IGG, that's in record. Does SEC have certified audited reports from the Parliament of Uganda, above all the 11th Parliament under the leadership of Anita Among and Thomas Tayebwa? If not, we demand for SEC to withdraw their imposition of Anita Among and Thomas Tayebwa on us, the elected members of Parliament under the NRM party. We are requesting His Excellency, the chairman of the party, to take action in terms of accountability of Parliament of Uganda. We need audited reports. If not, we are going to turn the NRM party upside down. Alioni Odria and the people of West Nile are not fools. Lydia Wanyoto and the Bagishu are not fools. Namuganza, Pashas, and the people of Busoga are not fools. Honorable Akik and the people of Bunyoro are not fools. Nobody should own the election success of the president, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta, that it was my effort. Who are you? What did you do in West Nile? What did you do in Busoga? What did you do in Bugishu? What did you do in Ankole? What did you do in Central here? We need democracy to prevail under the NRM party. The struggle continues, and Ugandans, please have hope.
That is Yorke Odrian, who, by the way, is running for the Speakership of Parliament. One thing for sure is you clearly see members of Parliament who have come out to gang against Anita Among. It shows the competence. During the tenure, they were not come out to speak, but they saw the incompetence in her. And I think that is the hypocrisy. When people are sitting in Parliament, they just sit on themselves instead of standing up against the incompetence. Standing against the incompetence must not come only from the opposition, but also in the NRM. But they keep quiet. It's the reasons why both the Deputy Speaker and the Speaker of Parliament, it's only the Speaker of Parliament who's getting a lot of backlash and competition, because they've seen the weakness, they've seen the partisanship, they've seen the incompetence. And Yorke Odrian has a valid point. We've seen her evidence. Parliamentary Commission is splashing money, going on private accounts of employees to do government work. And the IGG is keeping quiet. Genome 7 has not come out to fight corruption. So the purpose of this video, I've come to talk about the statements which are made by Yorke Odrian, what she means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials you can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're into this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, it is true that if you compare the quality of Speaker of Parliament ever since we got independence, you clearly see that under Anita Among, the bar was lowered so much. I don't know if because it was overambitious or if I wanted to become rich quickly. I don't know. But the bar was lowered, even the debate in Parliament. He interjects, he calls members of Parliament by names, he doesn't respect members of Parliament. Sometimes we have videos of her jeering members of Parliament on the floor. So you clearly see the incompetence of Anita Among has attracted a lot of questions. And the buck stops with the president. Of course, I know Genome 7 doesn't have a zeal to fight for corruption. Corruption is like PR on him. He just talks about it. It is the truth, because even Betty Kame has ever come out, the former IGG, I think is former, and laid the strategy of how to curb corruption. It was sat on by General Kaguta Museveni. The former IGG Mulyagonja also, he went out to say whenever he could hold people accountable on corruption and follow them, he could see footsteps in State House. So the backstops to the president, General Museveni doesn't have a zeal to fight for against corruption. But of course, these contenders are coming out to air their views. In fact, Yorke Odrian also went out to say that there was a blackmail to taint him as a person who has been removed from the race. That can be believed. In fact, he said these statements.
I'm here to send a message of hope to all the Ugandans that there is still hope to redeem the institution of Parliament of Uganda. And I want to give assurance to all the Ugandans, and above all, the voters within the NRM party, that the pronouncement, the declaration of Anita Among for the position of Speaker and Tayeba Thomas for Deputy Speaker under the NRM party is very unconstitutional. Therefore, we are requesting SEC to withdraw that declaration. It is very unconstitutional, and the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda clearly provides for various objectives. Number one, we have got the democratic principles. The democratic principles provided by the Constitution are very clear, that the states shall be based on the principles that are democratic. Therefore, the Constitution provides for all citizens to be encouraged to contest or vie for positions at all levels for governance. And I also want to make it clear that Clause 2 states it clear that all Ugandan citizens shall have access to leadership positions. We expect SEC to give freedom and access for all the elected members of Parliament under the NRM party to express interest in the position of speakership.
That is Yorke Odrian. So it is true that I want more contenders from the NRM to come out and stand against the weakness. If Anita Among is really wise, even if he gets to the speakership seat, he must do a reflection on herself and the things he has done in a parliamentary commission, in the corruption scandals, on the money from private accounts. If he's helped us a lot to track those transactions, on the way he holds members of parliament. One of the good things of Anita Among, he has greasy hands. It's the reason why money has really helped her so much, because he knows how to use it. He learned that from General Kaguta Museveni. But when it comes to the competence of running the house, I don't think that Anita Among can cross the threshold of a good speaker. So Yorke Odrian coming out to raise that concern, he is very right. If Museveni wanted to fight corruption, he would start with the House of Parliament. Remember, it was even the first time since independence when committees of parliament members were arrested for cutting bribes in the budget of parliament. It was the first time under Anita Among. Do you know why? For corrupt people to do their work, they first see what their bosses does. So if they look in books when their bosses mismanaging funds, they'll also do it is the truth, which is unfortunate. So for me, I think Yorke Adrian is right for asking for the audit. Of course, that's my opinion. Mine is truly Mr. Makinde.